Hello there once again everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Colour Passion channel. I'm Kim Gow from Colour Passion. Today's tutorial, I thought I'm just going to try something really different because I had something else in mind and I wasn't happy with how it was working. So I thought I'll put that aside because you know how you get a couple of days of frustration. I thought no, put it aside, let's do something totally different. So that's what I've got in mind for today. So I thought I would use our lovely powders. Now these are newer to our collection. We've got pumpkin, which is a gorgeous, it is a shade of pumpkin actually, it's beautiful. Then we've got sweet corn, which is again the colour of sweet corn. We've got sea glass, that is such a pretty colour and would be gorgeous actually in any seascape. Aqua Frost is another one, a beautiful soft blue. I remember when I was decanting this and oh, the colour was so pretty. Again, that would be lovely in a seascape. Eggplant, now that's an unusual colour, but I thought I want to try these 5 together and I'll put a bit of gold super sparkle in. Now, here's going to be the challenge. I'm going to do it with the base cell white. Now, the base is exactly that. It's the white which goes on the base. The colours generally go over the top to get a lacing effect, and it's a different type of cell that occurs. Having said that, I don't know how it's going to go with the powders because I've always done it with pastes, but we'll learn together and see. After all these years, you would think I would have done it, but I haven't. So today we're going to do it and we're going to see how that turns out. So there's, as I said, lots of other gorgeous shades of colours out there, and you forget how pretty they are until you start working with them. So let's go and have some fun, and if you haven't already, do yourself a favour, go and have a look on the site at some of these gorgeous colours in the powders because they are truly beautiful. All right, let's go and see what we can create. Okay everybody, here we are. We're going to have a play and we're going to do it with some powders. So I thought maybe some pumpkin, aqua frost, eggplant, sweet corn, sea glass, one too many, and a gold super sparkle. And we're going to have a bit of a play with something different. We're going to put the Passion base cell white underneath first because base means on the base. Colours go on top. So I thought we'd do that and try it because we usually always do it with paste. So I thought, let's try something different and we will try with some powders. Excuse no labels on these. These were the first ones that came through. So, but I've written on them by hand, obviously what they are. So I have mixed my resin. This is the Fast Cure Art resin, the Colour Passion one. It's a beautiful resin to work with. I have got the aircon on in the background because it's summer here and it's quite warm. It's the evening. I probably could have got away with it, to be honest with you, without having the aircon on, but I always like to err on the side of caution. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to put some in there for our white, and then we'll just come around and we'll just see how far we're going to go with each one of these. Oops. Drip, drip, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to be covered in a moment. Well, a few moments. Okay, so it probably wasn't a bad guess. Maybe a little bit more here. Maybe a bit more here. A bit of seagrass, and I think we'll try and take the last bit out for our Passion base cell white. So people always ask, what's the difference between the base white and the top white? Okay, the base means exactly that. It goes on the base and colours over the top, and it gives a different kind of cell reaction. And the other one, the top cell white, is exactly that. It goes on top of the colours. So if you're doing, for example, waves and you want some lacing with your waves, then that is the white to use. Okay, we'll just pop that to one side. Now we've got everything there. Now we're just going to pop our colours in. All right. Hopefully we've got enough. I didn't think about these, did I? Sorry, I had something else planned and I wasn't happy with it, so I thought we would go this way. So it's just a matter of making sure we've got enough of everything. All right, so up to 10% we need, no more of our paste, because it doesn't matter if this is paste, but obviously powders, you can get away with a little bit more, but don't waste it. You don't, honestly don't need to. I'm going to put a little bit more of this because it's very liquid, the base. It's just a total different consistency to what the other one, the top cell, is. The top cell is quite thick by comparison. So now we're just going to mix this so that it's all integrated with the resin. And generally, if you look on your scoop how much you're putting in there, you think, okay, I need 10 more of those to be, you know, up to the cup. So, okay, if you had, well, like I did then, that there's probably about, a full would be 250. So I'd say that's probably about 190. So what I did was I guesstimate, because you do after a while, and I put it in and I thought, well, that's definitely, the amount I've put in is definitely not 10% of the total volume of the liquid here. That's what I'm trying to say. So no more than 10%, and then you won't run into any problems like flash curing when it goes off really super quick. You do not want that. Okay, this is a gorgeous colour, this pumpkin. So I just thought we'd play with some of our gorgeous powders because they are truly beautiful. Again, we need to just mix gently to begin with, just to incorporate it into the resin. And then once it's pretty wet, then we can stir a bit faster, like that. That is such a gorgeous colour. Beautiful, real pumpkin. Okay, then the next one is our Aqua Frost. Gorgeous in, oops, sorry, I've knocked it. Gorgeous in ocean pores. Just really is very pretty. I know when I was decanting this colour, when we first got them in, and I thought, oh, this is just absolutely gorgeous. So, oops, same thing, we're just going to just stir gently, because we don't want to be breathing in powder. So just very gently. And then once it's incorporated pretty well, we can just go through and give it a really good stir. Eggplant, that is a magic colour. Look at it, just gorgeous. Okay, so here we go. Gee whiz, I've knocked it everywhere, haven't I? Oh well, not a problem. Does anyone else do that? Oh dear, clumsy clock. So we're just going to mix that gently, and then once it's pretty much wet, then we will go through and give it a good stir. Look at that gorgeous colour. Can you see it there? Just beautiful. It's kind of a mixture, I guess, between a red and a burgundy, maybe. Just gorgeous. Now, I think I might just wipe that off. I'll get one of our Sally's sugar soap wipes. They really are quite fantastic. And I'm thinking I will just put it off, only because I don't want it to float, and it's a darker colour. So we'll see how that goes. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit on there, but I just didn't want sort of lots of powder on there. I mean, with our metals, that they float to the surface, it can be quite pretty, quite effective. Okay, so now we'll do our sweet corn. Again. Oh, didn't realise I've still got the fan going. That's what part of the problem is. I thought that I had turned it off. One moment, I am going to turn it off because it'll drive me nuts. I hope that I've got it. I'm hoping I have. We'll see. I didn't think for a moment that it was still on. Okay. Anyway, here we go. We'll just do this one. That's better. It's off now. Because I switched it off, because I knew that I was going to be mucking around with powders and I didn't want them to blow everywhere, but I didn't realise that it hadn't turned off. Put that there, otherwise I'll end up knocking something over. I can just feel it. Okay, seagrass. Oh, this is gorgeous. Again, for ocean pores, it is pure magic. Just gorgeous. Okay. Sea glass. I should have called it sea grass instead of sea glass, but anyway, sea glass it is, because it's just so glassy when it is all cured. Honestly, if you haven't got some of these powders, you really need to try them. They only retail for $10.50 in the 25 gram. And they are just beautiful to work with. And of course you can mix them up, you know, you can actually add them to, if you're mixing a colour off paste, you can add these up, you know, to change something a bit. So, I just think I saw a little bit of, I didn't. Thought that maybe I saw something floating on the top, but I didn't. All right, and then for something different, I just thought we'd try some of our Gold Super Sparkle, which is a gorgeous product as well. And I just love how it's just an amazing glitter. Look at that. And if anybody has been watching me for a while, they'll know I'm a glitter girl. Love glitter. And you should see when we're decanting these. They go everywhere. And we always joke and say, oh, well, we're bright sparks now, because we literally look like it, because we've got, you know, we get this, we get it in our hair and all through our clothes. You get in the car and it gets up on the dash because it's so fine. But we have fun, and that is the main thing. So I thought I'd just use this as an accent. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Just wanted to show you that. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, so we've got that. We've got our gorgeous pumpkin. Wow, that really is like a pumpkin, isn't it? Then we've got our aqua frost. Stunning, stunning blue. We've got our eggplant, which I did show you before, but just again. We've got our sweet corn, because that is the perfect name for this, because it's just exactly that colour. Sweet corn with a shimmer. They're all beautifully metallic. They're just gorgeous. And then this one is the sea glass. Just pretty, pretty, pretty. Right. Now, we're going to start. We're going to just pour the base. We could do it all over if we want, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to sort of pour it into just some areas. And then whatever colours end up over the top, well, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. It's just not something that I play with very often. But we're just going to do that so that we know that hopefully whatever we put on the top, I'm hoping to do that, because I've really done this, usually I've done it with paste. So to have something that is powder over it, let's see what happens. I wonder if I can just get a little bit more out. There we go. All right. Now the colours. All right. So I think we'll start with the darker one. We'll go with our eggplant. and point it into like that. I don't know if I want to have it all over or just some bits, I don't know. So we'll just, maybe we'll come down a little bit down here to use it up. Now with the fast cure, we should have about 30 minutes generally to work with it. And we'll go with this gorgeous sea glass. We'll do this one next. Just go across perhaps with something a little different. And maybe just this bit here. All right, that's that one. Then we might go orange. I have no idea what these are going to turn out like. I hope they're going to be so super pretty. But you know, you never know until you try. You know me. If you don't give it a go, you're never going to know. So I am practicing what I preach. As I say, the reason why I'm doing it is because I was disappointed with another project I was working on for you. So I thought, right, I've got to do something. Let's do something totally unexpected and different. Okay, just put the blue over here. Happens there. Running out of colour, aren't we? And we've still got a fair bit of white on the board. Oh well, we're going to move it around a bit so it doesn't matter. All right, and last but not least, we have the beautiful super gold. Wow, that's so pretty. And once we move it all around, who knows where it's all going to end up? I have no idea, so we'll just swizzle it. And I know Rhonda likes it when she knows what I mean when I say swizzle. I love hearing from you, Rhonda. Rhonda in Perth. All right, Girraween, I think, if my memory serves me correct, up that way somewhere. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit it with the torch. Actually, I've still got a little bit of the darker one here, so I might just pop. Where can I pop that? Maybe here. Just a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to get just the small gas. I'm just going to run over it just to get rid of any bubbles that's been brought to the surface in the process. Don't want to leave it too long because I certainly don't want to burn the resin. So we've done that. So now what we're going to do, I think we're just going to move it a bit so that all the board is covered. Just watching so it doesn't go over the edge of the tape. And the reason why I've put the tape on is purposely so that it doesn't run over the edge. And we can pull this way. down on the side. And we'll roll it a bit more the other way. Like so. Okay, just bring it back a little. Okay, so at the moment, okay, we've now got it covered. I'll just run over again, I think, with the torch. And then what I might do, I think I might get the heat gun and just work on different areas perhaps, or something a little different. Okay. It's interesting, see the darker you can see it more over that white. See over here? You can see that. So interesting, isn't it? Because if it's not over a darker colour, maybe it's not quite so visible. Just add a little bit more here. Which is what I might do. I will do. I'll get my good old trusty. Okay. So we're just going to be pushing this a bit with our gun, heat gun, and see what happens with that. Colours are so pretty. The thing with resin, you never know how it's all going to turn out. It's always doing its own little thing. Have you ever found that? So I never get stressed anymore. I just think, well, you know, it's not quite maybe how I thought it might turn out, but I'll just try it anyway. Because I know how it reacts with paste, but I haven't actually tried it in all this time, would you believe, with powders. Gee, I like how these lines are all sort of like forming. You know, like little sections, like little islands. I really like that. So whilst we haven't got a huge amount of different types of cells here, we have got certainly a very pretty pour, and it's totally different. Wow. You can see the different colours as I'm blowing them, and they're so, so pretty. want these to do the same thing. Why isn't that doing it? Okay, we'll leave that for a moment. I think we need to leave it a bit to see, you know, let it set up a bit, and then we'll pull that tape off and then let it come over and see what occurs from there. I'm thinking I might find a little bit of glitter just to pop on the top. While I'm letting it wait, I'll go and have a look and I'll join you back shortly. Okay, well, it's still, I'm still waiting for it to set up, but I did just have a thought. The other day, I poured some excess of the Fast Cure into a mould, which is a lovely mould. It's quite a big, heavy one. It wasn't enough to fill the whole mould, but it's certainly enough to do some. And I thought, well, maybe I could just pop that, well, either in the middle or I could put it onto one side, perhaps. I don't know. I could always let it cure and then pop it on, and you know, with a little bit of resin, and that would be totally fine while I'm thinking about it. But I can still pop this on if I wanted to, once I've taken the tapes off and it's run over the side, just to see, you know, how it's shaping up, because I wanted something to do with that. So that may be what we can do. Just something a little different I thought I'd share with you. Okay, back soon. Okay, we're back again. It's probably been about maybe 20 minutes. So, well, oh, what's he was here? Gee whiz, right under my foot. Gonna be bright. Okay, so we'll take this tape off. Always pulling away from you, otherwise you're going to end up with strands of colour which will look like a fine hair over the top of your work, and you don't want that. Okay, so now I'm just going to let that roll off. It shouldn't flood off because we've left it wait a little bit. So I'm just rolling my fingers around now, making sure I can feel that the bottom half of that board is wet. As I know that the top will then roll over and it will adhere to that bottom. I love this section here, absolutely beautiful. You know, it's inspired me. I'm going to do another pour, and I'm going to do it with the eggplant, the pumpkin and the sweet corn, because the colour's gorgeous there. The rest is very soft, which is fine. I like the way how we've got sort of how it's got all the lines through it. I think that's really, really pretty. I might play around in a moment. I was thinking about putting over the mould that I did, but I've decided against it. I don't think that maybe that's right, so we'll just put that aside for another time. But you know, you've got to experiment with things, don't you? So, and I have got, you know, my little ball there where I can sort of do some swivels and swirls. I'm not sure if I really should. Just to sort of try some different things. I don't know what it's going to kind of be like, but maybe even just sort of like that, as opposed to, you know, swirls. And that will sort of add to the lines, I think. Which in this case, I really am loving them. I'm not touching that because it's absolutely gorgeous. Over here, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll just come this way, I think. It's funny, my pussycats always just want to be with me, and they know because the door's closed. I think, why is the door closed? I just want to be with my mum. And they're sort of meowing a little bit. I don't want to do too much of this area here, just a little. It's setting up a little bit there, so that's fine. maybe a little bit over here. You can see the gorgeous colours underneath when you do a little bit of a stir like that. But I think, you know, look, it's really quite pretty. It's subtle. It's very, very subtle. And just as a abstract piece on the wall, I actually think would be quite pretty. So I'm not sad about this, that it hasn't laced up. I've discovered something tonight that I just didn't know that it would do. So I'm actually quite happy with that. And we've got a little bit of gold under here. Because the gold sort of sunk and it got hidden a bit, I think. I was wondering if there's some there, but maybe not. Right over here. No, that's just the white. There's some of the gorgeous gold here actually. And just in this little bit here. Where do we go to from here? I think we'll leave it. Okay guys, well, we'll see this tomorrow when it's cured, and then we'll work out if we're going to do anything different to it or exactly what we're going to do. We'll have a think. Okay, I'll see you at the reveal. Good morning everyone. Here we are to do our reveal. Unfortunately, we can't do it outside because, would you believe, it's raining. It's summer, but it's raining. So we'll do it inside, and here we are. This is our pour. I'm delighted with it. It's nothing like I thought it was going to turn out, I must say, but I just love the soft, demure look about it. And also the lines, how they've sort of come together. I think that's really unique. I've not seen anything like this before. So I'm absolutely delighted. And would you believe, we had visitors last night, and the visitor saw it and she said, I've just got to have that. I want it, you know. And so therefore it is sold already. And I haven't even cleaned up the back or anything yet. So it's not going to go onto our art section on the website there. We have our demos which go onto there, and the reason for that is that we sell them off just to cover costs, or some costs really, not all, and we give 50% to the Breast Cancer Foundation. So that's a really worthy cause. So pretty well most of our demos will appear on there. It takes a while to get them on. I think we've got about 10 on at the moment, but we will be building on that. So this one won't appear because it's already sold. And I'm thrilled to bits because it is something so unique. I've not seen anything like it. So there you are. It is amazing, isn't it, when you give something a go, how it turns out. But I do love certainly the darker and the orange and the yellow. So the darker, of course, being eggplant. You can see that there, eggplant, the sweet corn and the pumpkin together. I love that combination, and I think I might do a pour actually with just those three, and we'll do the white and we'll see what happens. So, okay, that's it for another week. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit the thumbs up and hit the notifications bell so that anytime we've got a new product to show you, or a new release, a new tutorial, you will get notified. Okay guys, have a wonderful week ahead, and remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. So take that giant leap of faith and give it a go. Bye for now.